Our next story is about Iran. The country is looking for a new capital. President Masoud Pezeshkian has been talking about this for months now. And now his official spokesperson has confirmed it. Iran's regime is looking to relocate. It wants to leave Tehran and make its way to the sunny coast of Makran. But is this even feasible? Does Iran have the resources to move its capital? And what makes Makran so special? Our next report has the details.
Tehran is the current capital of Iran. It is Iran's most important city by far. Tehran is around 4 times the size of Iran's second city, Mashhad. The capital and its surrounding region are home to about 20% of Iran's population and 30% of Iran's GDP. It's the definition of a primate city, disproportionately larger and more important than any other. But there's always a problem with putting all your eggs in one basket. If the basket breaks, you're in big trouble. Tehran is a basket that is breaking. It is bursting at the seams because of overpopulation. The water supply there is stretched to the brink. Tehran reportedly consumes 25% of Iran's drinking water, and there are frequent water shortages there. Industries and heavy traffic are taking a toll on the air quality, choking the city every winter. Tehran also lies on major fault lines. It is prone to earthquakes. A big one could kill millions of people and destroy Iran's already fragile economy. So, President Masoud Pezeshkian has come up with a plan. He wants to move the capital. Iran has considered moving capitals before. It has commissioned at least 6 feasibility studies since 1989. Iran's parliament passed a law in 2014 mandating that the government take relocation seriously. Former presidents Mahmoud Ahmadinejad and Hassan Rouhani both considered the idea as well. But despite all this, the needle hasn't really moved. Even the current government spokesperson says there's no hurry.
We are seeking assistance from academics, elites and experts in this field, including engineering, sociology or economics. It is definitely in the Makran region in the south. Hopefully, we can proceed in the most effective direction, although the matter is not urgent.
Iran is taking it slow, but it seems to have identified the new capital region, the Makran coast. Makran is an arid coastal belt, split between Iran and Pakistan. It isn't the first place you would think of for a new capital, but Iran has a plan.
Makran is being considered. In fact, the region of Makran, and of course, 2 councils have been formed. One is a council that is assessing the problems of the capital, and 2, a council that is working on the sea-oriented economy, and one of its assignments is working on the measurements required for Makran area.
Iran wants its new capital to be coastal. It wants to take advantage of the trade possibilities and cut on transportation costs. Pezeshkian said, and I quote, "Transporting raw materials from the south to the center, processing them, and then returning them south for export drains our competitive capacity. We must shift the country's economic and political center to the south and closer to the sea." That is why they have zeroed in on Makran. It fits all the required criteria. But is this plan realistic? Moving capitals is rare, but it has been done before. Turkey moved its capital from Istanbul to Ankara in the 1920s. Brazil moved it from Rio de Janeiro to Brasilia. The old capitals remain economic power centers, but the new administrative capitals are successful in their own right. They help relieve some of the pressure from the bigger cities. The problem with Iran's plan isn't functionality, it is finances. The country is reeling from Western sanctions. It has an abundance of resources, but hardly anyone to trade with, because the West has hammered Iran's economy. Iran's exports may become more competitive with the coastal capital. It may be able to reduce costs and offer terms that potential partners can't refuse. But how will Iran afford to set up a new capital in the first place? Money is the biggest hurdle for Iran right now. So while Pezeshkian's plan might be great in the long run, he might not have the funds to begin the journey.
From breaking news to the day's biggest controversies, shedding light on the world's top headlines. Detailed analysis on the stories that matter the most to you. Catch it all on Spotlight at 6 p.m. India time and 12:30 GMT. Only on Firstpost.